Okay, this is the market recap for January 16th, 2020. Markets remain super strong. SPY up 0.66, gapping up, trading to all-time new highs. Looks like it's going to close at all-time new highs. Just a monster. Now we're coming into earnings season, and if this is an indication of what people think earnings are going to be like, this market still has a long ways to run. I still believe it's going to take us through at least to the end of February before we get any type of correction. NDX, we see it's up 0.76%, trading and closing at all-time new highs. Looks like it's going to close going away at the top of the channel, but just remains there and continues to power ahead. Dow up 0.8% as well, busting out all-time new highs, closing at all-time new highs. Look for this to trade to 29,500 and then 30,000. That'd be huge. The trannies also up 0.88%. They've finally broken out of this base that it was in here, this big building base, through 11,150, now 11,290, up 150 points. Look for this to continue to trade higher up into this 11,600 area. The main ETFs are following financials up 2.25%, 2.3%. It's trading, I mean, look at this thing. It's going to trade up to 100 was my target, and then 105. That's my next target. Financials very strong. JP Morgan, obviously coming out with earnings today, beating expectations. SMH Semiconductors up 1.45%. Hasn't traded to an all-time new high yet, but it is flagging in here, consolidating. Looks like it wants to push higher. LABU up 1.28% today. If this is a big wave 1-2 consolidation in here now, look for 3 to pop this up through lateral resistance here at 66. It also is going to run into trouble at the declining tops line here at 64, 66. If it can get through that, 72 is the target for LABU. Excuse me. Oil was up slightly today. And gold stocks down 1.35% as gold had sold off a few dollars. FANG stocks, Apple up $3.09. It's not at the all-time high, but it's right at the top of the channel here. Maybe flagging a bit. Very strong though. Amazon is up 13 3/8 today. Held support and the trend line here. Watch for this to trade back up to 1968. Facebook up 37 cents today. It's holding support at the 220. Did make a nominal new high today. Google up $8.25. Gapping up, trading, or not gapping up, but yeah, pretty much, maybe a little gap. Trading all-time new highs, going to close at all-time highs. 1447. Targets for this now are around 1500 for Google. Google Intel up 74 cents today. It did hold the trend line here. Did hold lateral support 59. Maybe it busts out of this wedge it's forming here, trades back to 61 and then up to here, 63, 64. Intuitive Surgical up down 5 cents, down 5 cents on the day. It's in the sort of big rising channel, just consolidating in here right around the breakout point. Microsoft up 2.5. Look at this breakout on Microsoft. Huge trade here. That's a significant breakout. Microsoft, look for it to trade up to 168. Next level, Microsoft 168. Netflix down 79 cents. Just flagging in here. 350 target. Nvidia up 295. Remains in this rising channel. It's neutral. I mean, it could pull back, could go forward. Targets 270. On our main indicators, we did have a pop on stocks over their 40% of stocks over their 40-day average. So 7 out of 10 stocks now trading over their 40-day moving average. That's starting to get into mildly medium overbought territory, but the VIX is still over 12, so not the complacency hasn't completely come into it. And the McClellan oscillator at 54. That's mildly overbought. What this is showing me is that we have strong upside momentum to the market, and that we should see continuation to the bias is to the upside, and we should see continuation. We can see the tick has become very, very neutral in here, so that means that there's not overbought, short-term not overbought, not oversold, and this market has lots of energy for it to move higher, to trade higher. The pot stocks pulled back a bit. Tilray down 78, CGC down 64. But I think the trend has changed for them. From our watch list last night, the AAOI had a big trade yesterday, nice follow through in the pre-market, but sold off now down $1.28, so no real change there. AMIT did get up $1 today and traded up to 37. This was our buy area in here. That hits our target. I had an entry over 35.50, which was in here, and my target was 37, and it hits the target. So that was a pretty good call from the watch list last night. Let's see. The DDD is clawing its way back after a downgrade by a brokerage firm I'd never heard of before. Has come back. It's only down 12 cents on the day, so that looks okay. ENDP, this was typical of a lot of the stocks today. This morning they popped and then dropped and then came back. But look at this, it got in at the end of the day, nice rising channel. And I mean, it's only 35 cents, but still a nice, it's a good looking chart. It's a swing trade of ours, 475 entry, 6.25 now, so that's a nice trade for us. Kern down 44 cents, so no follow through. LNW just traded sideways all day, no real trades there for us. MNK was up 59 cents on the day. That was a nice trade here this morning on the MNK, but this was typical pop, pull back, pop and drop, and then pop, wedge, flag. So this was your 1-2. This was your first entry opportunity here, and then here's your second opportunity when it broke and trade to 575. So a nice, this had a nice 80-cent move in it. But this is also interesting. At the top, you get this big spike up and it comes back. Next candle's red, and look what that does. Kaboom! Off it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. V bottom, right hand extension, and then gets into a rising channel. All patterns to look at. In the pre-market, not the pre-market. Still in the watch list for last night. PCG down 11 cents. Never really got going. Nor did the OGI up 25 cents on the day. SDC, we did take some profits on that this morning as it traded through our target and up to 14.80. We took some off at 14.50 from our $10 entry. But then sold off and now just coiling in here. So down 40 cents on that. Still not bad. We still made a nice trade on it though on the upside. The MNTA up $1.10 today. A lot of that action was in the pre-market. You saw it traded here over 29. I was one I was just watching. Really over 30. Yeah, so not really much of a move for us. IRBT up 257 today, but all that action was in the pre-market. It did pop up to 58 and then pulled back. Same thing this morning. Pop and drop. You had to be pretty quick to catch that trade. And then pulled back and now just coiling in here at the 56 resistance. Luckin Coffee hits my target. I said here through 48, trade to 48.5, and sure enough, that's where it's trading. Nice little 50-cent scalp here on this breakout. Watch this trade to 49. If it doesn't close above at 49, it'll trade up there after hours. The MGI up 51 cents on the day. I mean, if you took it at 250, it was only a 25-cent trade. Let's see what else. So we tried to trade this SIG a few times. It traded sideways. It was pretty tough to trade. Some of the other stocks we were trading today, there were some big wins for us today. This NK, huge move. We called it here above $6.11. Traded it to, and Tyler guided us through the whole thing and traded up to 950, 975. And we did, I'm pretty sure there was members that got to sell up in here. There was some big coin put in our jeans. Today, trading NK. That was a super trade. Good guidance from Tyler on that one. And allowed us to stay in the channel and stay in the trade. Big profit move for us on that one. We talked about MNK. Yeah, I'll call that a day. I forgot about the JMIA also. This was alerted by Dixie. This was a nice alert. It did pull back, got up to the 770 and through 750, 770, but it failed there. Came back, but it did hold support at the 740. That could have been an entry op for it, maybe 750s. Now 780. It's going to run into trouble at 8, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this continue after hours. And of course, so we'll see. But this was that was a nice call by Dixie for the room there. Great alert. Way to go.